Hello and welcome to Toby's Blogs. Today I'm going to be talking about Big Finish and what I love about Big Finish, because I, over the past year, have really got into Big Finish. I absolutely love it. I love listening to all the stories. I love being taken off to different worlds, and just your imagination goes wild with these new adventures, and I absolutely love it. I started getting into it for the 60th anniversary, and I just listened to so many releases and I just absolutely love it. I really do love Big Finish. So today I thought I'd talk about what I love about Big Finish and what are my favourite characters, ranges, episodes. So one of my favourite ranges in Big Finish is the Third Doctor Adventures. Tim Treloar does an absolutely amazing job of recreating the Third Doctor, and it's just amazing. I love it. The first one I ever listened to of the Third Doctor Adventures was Kaleidoscope, and I listened to that one because it had Garen Howell in it from Young Dracula, and he was amazing in it. But I was just taken back to like the old Third Doctor Adventures, the unit days. They use like the same kind of music, it's the same kind of atmosphere and pace, and I just loved it. I thought, this is so different to everything else I've listened to, and it's just so, because you're transported back into that Third Doctor era, and it's so amazing. Tim Treloar does an amazing job. I think it's Sadie Miller does the voice of Sarah Jane Smith. Sarah Jane Smith's daughter voices Sarah Jane Smith for the audio adventures. The same as well with Liz, her daughter also voices the role for her. And also both of them are amazing in their roles. Another one you can listen to called The Annihilators. This is a really good one with Liz and the Doctor, and also Jamie and the Second Doctor are in it as well. It's really good adventure. I've also listened to Unit and River Song. Now they do amazing range of River Song adventures, which I absolutely love, which I'll get on to in a minute. But Unit and River Song was really good with River, Alex Kingston and Liz. Adventures with those, they were really good. I've listened to a couple of more of the Third Doctor Adventures, and I just love it, the atmosphere, and it's just amazing range. I love it. The next range that I really like is the Paternoster Gang. Now you might know the Paternoster Gang from the TV series with Matt Smith, but their own adventures are really good. One, because it's set in a historical period, which I really like, and also the dynamic of them as well. You have the Silurian, you have the Sontaran, you have the human, and they're kind of solving mysteries in Victorian London, which I really love. So I really love the Paternoster Gang. That's a really good range. I've listened to most of those. I've still got like one of the new ranges to listen to, because they've got a new, one was the Paternoster Gang Heritage, which is now finished, and now they're on to a new range which is coming out this year, so I'm looking forward to listening to those. Another range that I really love, which I mentioned earlier, was the Diaries of River Song. Now I love River Song from the TV series, and so I loved going back and listening to all the River Song ones. I think out of all the ranges, this is the one that I listened to the most, the Diary of River Song, which meets all the past Doctors. Yes, it's really good range, because you meet all the old River interacting with her husband, which is the Doctor, in different incarnations. She meets all the incarnations. There's wonderful stories. There's a range where she goes back and she revisits old stories the Doctor's been in. There's a range where she meets the Fifth Doctor, and they go on. She goes on the TARDIS and goes with those. There's a one of them where she meets all the Masters, which is one of my favourites. I loved it when River met all the Masters. That was really cool. I really loved that range. I haven't listened to all of them, but I've listened to most of them, so I'm really looking forward to listening to more of those. Another range from the Big Finish that I really love is the War Master. Now Derek Jacobi is an amazing actor, and he's absolutely incredible in Big Finish. Like, he had like a small role on the end of the third season of Doctor Who as the Master, but by God, he took that role in Big Finish and he went with it. I would say he is one of the best Masters in Doctor Who. He is incredible in Big Finish. He has that creepy vibe. He has that voice, that creepy vibe as well. He just really brings it to the character, and it is a very popular range, the War Master. He is really good. So I would go and listen to Derek Jacobi's War Master, because he is incredible. Another range that I really love is the Unbound Doctor. So David Warner plays the Unbound Doctor. So really way back when Big Finish kind of started, they started their own kind of parallel universe doctors. Since then, they haven't been allowed to make their own doctors anymore, so they can use other doctors that they already have, the Unbound Doctors. And so they used David Warner in a series with the new adventures of Bernice Summerfield, and where the Unbound Doctor in his parallel universe plucks Bernice Summerfield out of her universe and brings them to his universe. They spend about 2 box sets in his universe, and then the Unbound Doctor comes to our universe. And they have really good adventures. So he is the Doctor. He's a really good Doctor. I really enjoyed listening to his Doctor and his interactions with Bernice Summerfield. So now we're going to go on to the characters that I really love in Big Finish. One of them is the monk, the meddling monk, played by Rufus Hound. Now Rufus Hound has an amazing voice. I love his characteristics, like the way he speaks, the mannerisms, and like old chap and all these other things. Like I love his actor. I love his acting style, and I just love listening to him on the audio. Every time I see him, like the monk Rufus Hound comes up, he's just amazing. I just love Rufus Hound as the monk. Well, as I said before, Bernice Summerfield is an amazing character. She's like an original character made by Big Finish, and she's really good in the adventures. She travels with the 7th Doctor for a long time, and then she travels with the Unbound Doctor, David Warner, and she's just an amazing. And I think she's an archaeologist, and she trained River Song and taught her how to do archaeology, so that's a good thing. And yeah, so Bernice Summerfield's a good character. River Song, of course, I love listening to River Song range, as I just said. Missy range, they did a whole 3 box sets with Missy. There's a new one coming out this year. Missy is an amazing character. Like Michelle Gomez is an amazing actress anyway. To listen to her is such a pleasure, and I just love her master as well. So talking about the masters, the other masters that I really love listening to is the Crispy Master, or the Decaying Master, played by Jeffrey Beavers. Amazing master. He has such a creepy voice, and I love his portrayal of the master. And no wonder why, like, he only had like 1 appearance in like Keeper of Traken, and they've used him so much in Big Finish because he is so amazing in his character. The other master I love, I said before, is the War Master. I absolutely love the War Master and Derek Jacobi's interpretation of the War Master. Other characters they brought in that I really love, like companions, like Livchenko is a good companion as well. So my favourite stories. For the 6th anniversary, they did a whole lot of stories combined together to like make one story, which was Once and Future. And that was an outstanding range. I came away from that going, wow, oh my god, this was so good. The Doctor degenerates, so he's in one form, which I will not talk about because that's a spoiler, and then he degenerates from there, and he keeps flitting between incarnations, and all the voice actors keep coming in to do the different incarnations, and it is so good. It is so good. If you haven't listened to Doctor Who's Big Finish's 60th anniversary celebration of Once and Future, go and listen to it. Buy it, download it. It is outstanding. I cannot praise this enough. This is one of my favourite Big Finish releases. It is Once and Future, and it's absolutely outstanding, and you have to go and listen to it. I love it. Another one I loved listening to was 42. It's like a celebration of 5th Doctor, and the first part, it was a 2-part box set. The first part wasn't that good. It was okay, but it wasn't that good. The second part was amazing, with the Master coming back. Anthony Ainley, of course, he's dead. I think he was voiced by John Corshaw, but that was an amazing voice with that. And the Autons come back, and it is amazing. I love that one. Another one I listened to, which other people don't seem to like, was Eldred Must Die. It's like a 5th Doctor story. Now, I don't listen to many 5th Doctor stories, but I really like the dynamic with the characters in this one. And I have vivid memories of it, maybe because of the setting and the way that they did it, but the visualization, I can still remember that. And I love the Hand of Fear and Eldred, so that was a good story to listen to. The Doom Coalition, I've only listened to one box set of the Doom Coalition. I really want to listen to more. It introduces a new, a Big Finish original characters, which is the 11 or whatever. He is a Time Lord that has all his incarnations in his head at the same time. So it's not like one incarnation, then you move on, I am the Doctor, and then the past is the past. He has them in his head. So you have like the 11, the 10, the 9, the 1, the 2. They all crop up in Big Finish. Of course, the new adventures of Bernice Summerfield, which I really loved. Two that really stand out for me is the Triumph of Sutekh, where they bring Sutekh back to battle the 7th Doctor and Bernice Summerfield, which I really loved. I love Egypt and the Egyptian settings, so that was an amazing story for me as well. The same with the historical settings for the next one I'm going to say, which is Blood and Steel, which is set in the Nazi Germany period, which is something that really interests me. And with the Cybermen as well, Nazis, Cybermen, it was an incredible release. I loved that one. Another one I really loved, because I love the Master, of course, was Masterful. Masterful has all the different Masters in, and it was incredibly good. It's good because it had all like Derek Jacobi Master, the crispy Jeffrey Beavers Master, it had the Bruce Master from the TV series. It had all the different Masters. It got a bit confusing if you're not really used to all the soundings of who sounds like what, and it could be a bit of a confusing story, but because it had all the Masters in it, I absolutely loved it. So here are some other mentions of Big Finish. They don't just do Doctor Who, they do lots of other things. They do Torchwood as well. Now, I've only listened to one Torchwood release, which was about the Fendal, and what I loved about it was it had swearing in it, and I was like, oh, a swear word. I'm like, I'm not used to this, listening to Big Finish, there's a swear word in it. And because it's for a more adult audience, it was weird to like hear a swear word, like, oh, a swear word, like, oh, we're in an adult Big Finish, which is really good. And the Torchwood range is meant to be really good. Another one that I'm going to mention is Countermeasures. Now, when I saw this in the sale, like Countermeasures, like I don't know what that is, it's like some Big Finish stuff, but actually it is the people from Remembrance of the Daleks with like Chunky Gilmore and Rachel and all those people. So that group become the Countermeasures group when they battle Daleks and espionage and all things on Earth. So that range carried on. So I listened to one with the Movellans and the Daleks, and that was really good. So that was Countermeasures. So look out for Countermeasures. I love Gerry Anderson. I am obsessed with Gerry Anderson and all his creations: Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, Joe 90, Terrorhawks. So Big Finish also do some of their ranges as well. So I love listening to the Terrorhawks range. They've got like 3 series of Terrorhawks, which I absolutely love. They have like Thunderbirds and Stingray and all these other ones, so it's really, really good. And that's another range that I really love. And Big Finish, I love Doctor Who. I also love Gerry Anderson, so that kind of comes together, and I love that. Also, they do Blake 7. I've bought Blake 7, but I haven't listened to it. I love Blake 7 as the TV series, and I really need to get into the Big Finish range of Blake 7. Considering a lot of the people now are dead in Blake 7, it is really good to have their voices immortalised in these audios, which I would love to go back and watch at some point. So that's my big video about Big Finish. I hope you got some insight into some Big Finish, what I like, what you might want to actually go and look at yourself. So thank you for watching. I've been Toby from Toby's Blogs, and I will see you soon. Thank you and goodbye.